Hello, Will Tait here from Future Crunch. Now, recently I listened to a podcast featuring John Elkington. He was one of the original pioneers of sustainability back in the 80s. Now, he's always been of the belief that business and enterprise have a crucial role to play when it comes to ensuring that the human presence on this planet is a healthy one. In the podcast, he shared a cautionary tale, one that he also shares whenever he is engaging with boardrooms or innovation labs across the world. It is a true tragicomic tale of the single living organism which has quite possibly caused the most damage on this planet ever. A chemical engineer by the name of Thomas Midgley Jr. Now, Thomas is the one who discovered that you could make petrol far more efficient in your petrol tank of your car if you added lead to it. Ooh, yes, resulting in decades and decades and decades of brain damage and nervous system damage all over the world. He also discovered how to make chlorofluorocarbons, refrigerants, CFCs, that, yes, make him the man that effectively punched that hole in the ozone layer. The list goes on, but his demise is the one that really shows the trajectory in a way. He managed to design his own death. He contracted polio at the end of his life, left him mostly immobile, so he thought he'd invent a series of pulleys to help him get in and out of bed. Sadly for Thomas, but perhaps gladly for the rest of us, that contraption actually strangled him. Now, for John Elkington, this rather macabre tale is a metaphor for the blind pursuit of efficiency and profitability through technology. And he uses this tale as a way of raising the question, what are the consequences of your next great idea going to be? And how can you even consider or imagine those consequences if your thinking doesn't even reveal them to you? Now, for me, the Thomas Midgley Jr. story is a metaphor for our global culture's headlong trajectory into growth at all costs. One that has seemed so unstoppable until this year. You see, COVID has disrupted that trajectory. We suddenly have shown ourselves able to pull all the airplanes out of the sky. And the skies above some of our most polluted cities have cleared. Things that we couldn't believe were possible. COVID has given us a jolt, and it's been like a kind of out-of-body experience for our species. We've been able to get a snapshot of things that are really not working. We've been able to reflect on things that we really want to have that we don't yet have. And yes, the momentum is pulling us back to rebuild our economies, but how we do that is still very much on the table. Basically, the shift that our modern global culture needs to make in order for our species to become sustainable is this. We've been treating the planet, the land, the trees, the soil, the air, the water, the animals, and in many ways each other as stuff that we can use as we like. The earth belongs to us. That idea has got Thomas Midgley Jr. written all over it. Flip it around. We belong to the earth. Once we get that idea into our heads and hearts and start seeing our fellow life forms as collaborators in creating conditions conducive to life, then we start to change our trajectory. And even our unintended consequences will start to surprise us with their benefit and their beauty. So, as you contemplate what it means to rebuild your life, your business, your industry in a post-COVID world, consider carefully what you're about to do next. How many of your plans are forged in this old idea that the earth belongs to you, to your team, to your business, that it's something that you can help yourself to whenever and however you like? And how many of those plans, if you pause, can you pivot so that you can activate them in a way that puts them in service of the well-being of all things? And if the question, what is worth sustaining, leaves you stuck, then have a browse through the UN Sustainable Development Goals. There's something there for everyone. And each one of them is a window into discovering that health on all levels, personal health, health of our community, health of our economy, health of our ecosystems, is all actually one thing: the health of this incredible blue living spinning ball that is bravely hurtling through the universe. That, for me, is what sustainability means right now for us humans.